started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Each the inside zone is selected.
Here we go, set.
Triangle button. Cross button. R1 button. Cross button. Triangle
Lance
button.
going to put it up
R1
right
button.
away. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he's taken down, but able to
Entering
slip
play
across
call,
the 35.
play
12 yards on the
formation,
gain. A
there are
great
9
start for this
physical.
offense.
And what a nice
Option is
example
set to
there of a
wing slot
tight
six
end
plays.
doing exactly what he needs to do.
Wing
How about how he
slot,
worked his
there are
way to the
Jagger.
outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus.
Triangle
And indeed,
button.
he gets enough for the
Cross
first
button.
down.
Cross button. Flag.
Go blue.
R1 button. R1 button.
On first
Triangle
down,
button.
Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the
Entering play
45.
call, wing slot, there are 4
Brandon, perfect
categories.
defense
You
in
have
this
6
situation
options.
would have
Dagger
meant
is
that there was an
selected.
incompletion. They
Twice
would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really
Dagger.
enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
Right.
you see him pointing, communicating.
R1
There he
button.
is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of
Entering play
midfield
call,
at the
wing slot,
48.
there are 4
They'll get
categories.
3
You
as
have
the
6
drive
options.
continues.
Tight
It's a
slot.
first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back up, back right,
Check you.
backs protect.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Entering
Officially,
play call,
it's a
tight
1-yard
slot,
loss.
down
That's
the
going to bring
line.
up second and 11.
Well, that kind of hit
drive.
will certainly fire up your
Down
team,
the
both
line.
on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for
PHP
lost
drive.
yardage, they're
Sprint
always
slot.
welcome.
Call levels. Triple option. Hockey pin.
Let's go.
Looking at a second and 11 now
R1
after the
button.
loss.
R1 button.
Kelly, go.
Cross button. Contact. Cross button.
Now a play
R1
fake.
button.
Lance.
Cross button. R1 button. Cross button.
That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles'
Entering play
24-yard
call,
line.
strong slot,
That's good
there are
for
4
28
categories. You
yards.
have 9 options.
As a
Hot
general
power
rule,
is selected.
offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run,
right.
get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Entering play call,
Josh
strong
Sweat
slot,
coming
there
in
are
strong
hockey,
and
full house
dropping him
base.
behind the line of
Training
scrimmage.
shows
That's a
wheel.
play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Ready?
A rare
Back
misstep
up.
on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and
Go
12.
field.
Backs right. Triangle button. Square button. Triangle button.
Here's Lance.
Square button. Triangle button. Square button.
And his throw is incomplete.
Entering
That was
play
an
call,
interesting look
full
there
house
because
base.
as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Square button. Triangle button. R1 button. Triangle button. Circle button. Flat.
Black Ultra.
Cross button.
And Lance now to
Triangle
throw.
button. Triangle button.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The kick by Gold is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
I
think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense, and in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Option is punt plan, formate, play type. There are 7 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Option is set to man coverage. 49 plays. You have 5 options. Man coverage is selected. Punt formation. They're under. 4 big nickel. 4 3 odd. There are 3 categories. You have 9 options.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Middle third.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
18.
Throwing is Hurts. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Right there, right Warrior, 17. Go.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Entering play call.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed.
Cross button.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
6 categories. Bunch offset. Inside zone split. Counter Y. Inside zone split. Counter Y. Dig return. Bunch drive.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Entering play clock. Tight slots HBWK.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Circle button.
Triangle
button. Compact. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button. Triangle button.
The Lance going to throw.
Button.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly. Got in there and made the play.
Geebear88's.
7 Pirates.
Seam flat.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts escaping the pressure right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Vertical hook out. Seam flat. Middle 3rd.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly. Intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
R1 button. Circle button. Cross button. R1 button. Triangle. Fade. R1 button. R1 button.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction.
Here we go.
I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Entering play call formation. There quarter 4-3. Option is set. Option is set to under 80. Under. Cover 3 Sky WK.
Let's go.
Seam flat.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Geebear88's.
Go check.
Seam flat.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Seam flat. Middle 3rd.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Cover 4 quarter, 1 contain press. Middle 3rd. Seam flat. Seam flat.
79 Broncos.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Coach adjustments. You have 4 options. Keep pass catching option is set to in. Blocking option. Blocking option is block. Blocking option is set. Blocking. Keep pass catching. Wing slot. There are 4 categories. You have 6 options.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Circle button. Square
Here's
button.
Lance to throw it. That's
button.
complete out left to
Cross
Ayuk.
button.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing
Entering
yardage
play
back
call
near the
for
40 at the
verticals.
39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Triangle button. Cross button. R1 button. R1 button. Flat.
Blue striker.
R1 button. R1 button.
To throw again
R1
on
button.
2nd down. Lance throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
Entering
And he's
play
going to be
call.
out of bounds
Slot
down around the
order for
35-yard
categories.
line.
From 8,
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here we
So
go.
3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Triangle button. Circle button. Cross. Flat.
Right, right.
Circle button. Cross button.
Now Lance.
Triangle button. R1 button.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Entering play call.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Gold is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
4-3. Auction is set. Auction is set to. Auction is big nickel. Auction. Over G. You have 24 options. Cover 3. Sky is selected.
Ready up.
Pass.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
Cover 3 scheme.
Let's go now.
Pass. Give cushion.
Big lion.
Vertical hook L.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Mustang 19. Hurt.
Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Entering play call.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. In motion left is Watkins.
Seam flat. Seam flat.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Well, Charles, they were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple.
RPO red, AHB zone. Back up. Back right.
Go ultra.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Circle button. Square button.
And this one is incomplete.
Entering
well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Cross button. Circle button. Circle button. Triangle button.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Button. Triangle button.
Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
15 options, field goal 50 yards.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Throw it short. Throw it medium. Defend short pass. Defend medium pass.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Left is selected.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Play call formation. There are 7 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Up, 5, dot, quart, 4. Choose the player to replay. Option is set to 4-3. Option is set to 4-3 even 6-1. Formation. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Come on.
Seam flat. Seam flat. Seam flat.
But first down, Hurts. That swung out wide to Sanders. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Give cushion.
They go play action with Hurts. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Cover, on plan, over. There are 4 categories. You have cover 3 hard flat, cover 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Power O. AHD stretch. 95 Mike. Close flex. Flanker drive.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Triangle button. Cross button. Circle button.
To throw, it's Lance. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Grant Calcaterra, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
We have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Entering play call, formation, ring slot, barrier for tagger. Y stick. Tights, with full house base. Raven post wheel.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Cross button. R1 button. Cross button. Right. Cross button.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ace close.
Ready.
Square button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button. R1 button. Fade. Square button.
From the 27, Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. It'll be a gain of 5. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Triangle button. Cross button. Cross button.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Auction is set. Under. Cover 3 Sky WK.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. He's got a man, complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Hurry, hurry.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Dragon 60. Ready.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got Smith here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Hey, smash Broncos.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
From the gun, it's Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Cover 3 hard flat.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Audible.
Hey, check that. Street.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A field goal gets them the lead, but they'll risk it here on 4th and goal.
70 Rangers. Go.
Throwing is Hurts. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half. And the scoreboard reflected that. But they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments and they're executing better.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Fred Warner.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
That's right. R1 button. Circle button. R1 button.
Throwing now is Lance. And this one too low.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Here's Lance.
R1 button. Square button.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
There are 26 categories. You have 9 options.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go.
Circle button. Cross button. Cross button. R1 button. Circle button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button.
Lance now on 1st down.
Cross button. Square button.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll look to throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here. And they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And Lance now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Cross button.
Lance looking to throw it.
Circle button.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
A.J.
Brown with his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Split slot open, tight wide off.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Desperation time here. Lance, but able to haul it in as Kittle. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Lance again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Back right.
Throwing again on second down. Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
3, there are 2. Cover 1 Robert press. STR Eagle slant free.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. But they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 19 yards that time for number 19. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. The Lance going to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Juwan Jennings from 3 yards out. And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Triangle button.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
R1 button. Square button.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kaiser White.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Seven Pirates!
Division.
Check Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, 5 interceptions. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been in the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the ref.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Cross button.
One final try now for Lance.
Square button.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. It's just executing better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners did. They executed better. And that's exactly what the Niners Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.